and that's okay. Scroll past the filter, skip the noise, find your calm and stay poised. You're not late, you're right on cue. Every fit skill looks good on you. So light it up, get glow through the doubt. Even discount dreams can still work out. We rise, rewind, and do it again. Off-brand hearts still find their zen. Make it worth the wilderness. Take your time. Even chaos can fall in line. Make it worth your wilderness. Make it yours. We're all just healing symphony chords.
Every January, we swear this is the year everything changes. New habits, new mindset, new personality, and by February, we're negotiating with ourselves like hostages. Welcome back to Bargain Brand Wellness. Tonight, we're breaking down why New Year's resolutions fail, why it's probably not because you're lazy, and how science keeps exposing our all or nothing mentality. We'll be talking about motivation myths, tiny habits, willpower lies, and why your environment is quietly sabotaging you. So grab your new daily planner and start taking notes because we're about to make some changes. Welcome to wellness. Welcome back, my wellness warriors, my self-care connoisseurs, my off-brand VIPs. Happy New Year. We got a fun episode for you today. Super excited to have you all here. We're live a little earlier than we usually are, as promised. We'll be going for a couple hours today. You can find us live on YouTube at Bargain Brand Wellness or on TikTok at Off Brand Tim. We're live every Monday and Wednesday, typically 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then we're also live on our After Dark episodes on Fridays or Saturdays, depending on my schedule. But we're live. We're here having a good time. We're ready to rock and roll in the new year. We're excited for it. We're excited for what can become. Drew Taylor, thanks for sharing the live. Thanks for liking the live. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Fun stuff. Bargain Brand Wellness is an official partnership with Dude Wipes. Partnered with Dude Wipes for all your fresh and clean fun. Stick with Dude Wipes. They won't let you down. You can also find any links, anything we can make, merch. You know, if you want to be a guest on here, click over on the Patreon where you can become a wellness warrior. We have a free subscription over there. Hop on over there, click join, become a wellness warrior. By becoming a wellness warrior, get your name put in the wellness jar or bowl or whatever we're using at the time. Get your name thrown in there for our monthly giveaways or our weekly giveaways, depending on what kind of stuff we're going to be giving away. But if you really want to win some prizes, you got to be here, right? You got to engage, you got to interact, because you have the opportunity. If you're here to win Wellness Warrior of the Day badges, which every time you get one of those, it gets your name additionally thrown into the wellness jar, which increases your chances of winning. Basically, we give a monthly giveaway. We give our flagship Make It Worth Your Wellness t-shirt away. We've done 2 winners. We will be giving away December's winner or drawing on Friday's stream. So definitely stay tuned for that. And then starting Friday, we will begin our challenges as mentioned, where if we complete all our games within a specific challenge, we'll be doing additional giveaways, which will include wellness related items. The first thing on the docket is Dude Wipes, right? These are officially from Dude Wipes. I'll be breaking that down and we will be giving those away. Also, our pins are in. We have plenty of them. Now, these aren't necessarily for sale. I'm just giving these away. So if you want one, or if you happen to run into me, let me know. I'll be carrying some on me. I'll be giving them away. They're not bad quality. They're not bad at all. Has our little logo, has our little banner on there. Really like the way they turned out. Happy with that. So yeah. So what else we got? Merch. You also see here on the back wall, we have our holiday Merry Fitmas shirt, because wellness doesn't take a holiday. Today's the last day you can get that. They are on sale throughout today. If you want to get one, click the link in the description. You can find it in the YouTube description, or if you go over to Patreon, you can find your Merry Fitmas shirt. Really good shirt. Our first kind of special edition shirt. It'll be on sale throughout today, and then kicking off Friday stream, we'll be introducing our next shirt. We'll be doing those shirts quarterly. That way, kind of, you know, I thought maybe every month might be a little too much, but we'll do one every 3 months. So I'll introduce that on Friday, so you can get those. If you know, if one comes up and you're like, oh, I really love that shirt, I want to get that. So keep an eye out for that. Also, the songs that we make with the assistance of Nova and Singify. All the music we find over there, you can find on all major streaming platforms. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, Prime Music, whatever it is you listen to, you can find Bargain Brand Wellness music. Bargain Brand Wellness Christmas album is available. Go over and check it out. This will probably be the last stream that I mention it. But it turned out really well. It was a good album. I was super excited with the way it turned out. We have several, out of the 8 tracks we did, 6 of them are either originals or parodies of old songs, and then 2 are rebrands or covers of others. And then the songs that we make right here on the channel, we've labeled as the Singify sessions. October is available on all major streaming platforms. November's I had uploaded, but apparently one of the songs didn't upload right. I don't know, so I have to re-upload that one. I'll be getting that in by the end of the week, either today or tomorrow. So yeah, go check those out. We create some pretty good songs over there. And then if you're interested in becoming a guest, which we are going to be reaching out to many people to be guests on Bargain Brand Wellness, there's a link. It's an application. I just labeled it as an application. If you reach out to me, you want to be on the show, I'm probably not going to turn you down. We're just looking for people who want to just engage with our content, and kind of talk about wellness or anything that's, you know, we kind of their passion. So the application is really just a way for you to kind of give me your contact information so I can reach out to you. So complete the application, or if you don't really feel like going through all that, reach out to me on any other media platform that you know I'm going to be able to see. Let me know, hey Tim, I want to be a guest on Bargain Brand Wellness. We'll see if we can get you in. We'll see what we can do. I mentioned the giveaways. I mentioned on Monday's stream that I'm going to be starting a video series in January called Cold Hard Truce. I got a cold plunge. It's just a little tub for Christmas, a little cold plunge tub, and I've used it 3 times already. It's tough, but it's bearable. It's not super difficult, and the water is frozen. It's freezing cold. I was in it yesterday, and it was a tough 3 minutes, but I felt good after I got out of that. So yeah. So super excited for that. So I'm going to be starting a video series where we're just going to give Cold Hard Truce while we're doing that. And then the last thing, here in the new year, I haven't quite exactly figured out how we want to do it, but we are going to be doing like game nights with with our crew. We'll kind of keep it open to everyone, but as we start getting more and more people in here, we'll have to kind of limit it. You know, it might kind of require a paid membership over on Patreon, but that's in the future. Love the fit. Thank you, Eden. Appreciate that. From Ponder Club, we're actually going to be reviewing your guys' site, some of your games here probably in a little while. I was checking out some of the games, and yeah, they were a lot of fun, the ones I was checking out. So yeah, we'll be reviewing those here in a little bit. If you can stick around, stick around. If not, just know we will be checking them out today before we get out of here. Appreciate the love, appreciate the rose, appreciate the like, share, subscribe, and follow buttons. As we tell everyone, click any of the buttons in front of you. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your coworkers, tell your worst enemy. You never know, you might make a friend. You never know. So with that being said, before we kind of jump into today's topic, let's go ahead and get a spin on the wheel of wellness and see what we're going to get into first. I'm excited for today's episode. I really am. Bam, 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 bam. All right, we're going to start off with Rubik's Mania. Rubik's Mania. I'm going to switch over to the overhead cam. Remember, the idea is to get it done in 2 minutes or less. I'm going to take my glasses off for this part because it's kind of... I do better with the glasses off. I will say that. We've gotten our time down. 2 minutes is honestly an easy challenge because we've been getting below 2 minutes pretty routinely. But we'll kind of stick with that one. And if we feel like we need to lower it, maybe we'll lower it to 90 seconds. At this point, I don't know if I can get much lower than that, but let's give it a try. Yeah, let's see what we get. Every once in a while, we get set up with a lucky move, and this one started off pretty good. This is a good one. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like this is the one where we beat our record of, I think it was 1 minute and 22 seconds. I think is our record so far. I'll have to go back and check the tapes, but I'm pretty sure that's where we're at. And I will say, as I mentioned before, my dexterity in my fingers has gotten better with doing these. I just definitely need to get myself a speed cube. I think that's the only way I'm really going to increase my speed. These Rubik's cubes are not really meant for speed. Unfortunately. A little bit of a mess up. We're not going to beat our time today. I don't know. I think I got talking and made a little bit of a boo-boo in here. But that's alright. What did we do here? That one out of the way. It happens. We can't always get under 2 minutes, but we have been doing it. Now we're ready to go. Let's get back on track. Let's get back to where we were at. I try to talk so it's not just so quiet, but I might be better off just kind of staying quiet when I go to do these. Because I think that's sometimes I mess myself up trying to solve these. There we go. Now we're back where we need to be. All right. Okay. I gotta switch those two. And that. Just about there. We're almost there. We're just about a minute behind where we're usually at. Not too bad. Not too shabby. And there we go. 2 minutes 45 seconds. Not bad. Not too bad. Not too bad. Messed up a little bit. We would have had a much better time, but we'll take it. 2 minutes 40. You know what? Let me see you do it in 3 minutes or less. All right. Oh, shoot. How's my boys? How you doing over there, Jake? You would have solved it 5 minutes ago. We didn't even start 5 minutes ago, Jake. You got all your work done early so you can watch show. Appreciate the love. All right, let's go ahead and get another spin on Wheel Wellness. We'll jump into today's topic after this. We'll try to get the whole wheel done today before we log off, since we are doing an earlier stream. And we're going to start off with some off-brand affirmations. Kind of get us in the mood. Yeah, we're feeling today. All right, off-brand affirmations. Number one, I do not need a personality overhaul to deserve progress. Small steps count even when they don't look impressive. Affirmation number 2. I'm allowed to restart without announcing it. Growth does not require a press release or a hall pass. Number 3. Missing a day does not erase the habit. That's just my brain being dramatic again. Number 4. I can aim lower and still end up further. Consistency beats intensity every single time. And off-brand affirmation number 5. My worth is not measured by January's productivity. February me still deserves kindness too. And that's your off-brand affirmations for the day. I'm streaming this on the Clear Touch in the training room. That's funny, Jake. Who knows? Maybe someone will walk by. All right. Fun. All right. Let's hop into our video here. This is from Veritasium, which I've seen stuff from this channel before.
New Year's resolutions
talking
fail.
about why New Year's resolutions fail and how to succeed. We'll kind of check out a portion of this video, and then we'll talk a little bit about it. Let's check it out.
So in this video, I want to talk about the science of why they fail and how to avoid that so your New Year's resolutions actually succeed. And I want to tell you about 3 of my New Year's resolutions for 2020. The first one is to stop going to news websites. I find I kill a ton of time by doing that. Now, don't get me wrong, I do think it's important to know what's going on in the world, but I just don't think following the day-to-day developments of the news cycle is the way to do that. So instead, I'm going to get one newspaper delivered to my house every week. And that is how I am going to stay informed. Research has shown it is more effective to make resolutions at New Year's than at any other time of the year. In fact, one study found that people who made resolutions on January 1st were 10 times as likely to stick with them 6 months later than people who made their resolutions at other times of the year. And January 1st, 2020 is the first day of a new decade, so it may be even better. Side note, those of you who want to argue that the first day of the decade is actually January 1st, 2021, while you may technically be correct because there was no year 0, we went straight from 1 BC to 1 AD, for all intents and purposes, psychologically, this January 1st is the first day of the 2020s, and that is what matters. So the technicalities, I think, are unimportant, and this argument should be put to bed. The 2020s start on Jan 1. But now, the bad news. Even a resolution made at New Year's will most likely fail, which is why gyms are packed in January, but they start to clear out by March. Well, research has found that only around 8% of people can stick with their resolutions through the end of the year. So why is this? And how do we avoid that trap?
So we'll kind of come back to that a little bit, but as we're kind of referencing here, you know, that New Year effect kind of just boosts motivation temporarily. It feels good, new year, new me, right? But that motivation, as we've mentioned previously on this stream, it just gets you off the starting line. It gets you through the door, but it doesn't keep you there, right? And as was mentioned in the video, statistics show that most resolutions fail early, fail very, very quickly. Most don't even make it a month, let alone a couple weeks. Or even 6 months, a year down the road. And we'll kind of talk a little bit more about some of the ways you can kind of succeed through here. But you know, food for thought for you. What goal do you find yourself repeating year after year? And it's the same thing, but if you had reached it, you wouldn't need to keep making that same goal. What about your approach hasn't changed? You know, have you thought about maybe hitting the gym a little bit harder? Maybe your thought process about getting into the gym is a little bit different. Maybe you're trying to shed off a couple pounds. What about your approach to that has not changed, has routinely stayed consistent? That's been the only thing consistent, unfortunately. So we'll jump back into the video again here in a little bit. But with that being said, I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and shift a little bit. They're not on here, They're not on the Wheel Wellness yet, but they're actually here in the chat from on TikTok. We said we were going to review a game from Ponder Club. We talked about it the other day. And since one of their creators, Eden, is in here with us, we're going to go ahead and jump in and check out Ponder Club. This is our first time checking it out live on stream, so bear with us. I did create an account, and I love your little logo. I thought it was cool. I did play one of your games the other day, the mini 5x5, but we're gonna check out a couple of these games. I saw some of your all's TikToks. I like this one. Let's do this common 3. Arrange words by theme. Okay, we got some more. I'm gonna have to take my glasses off for this one. So I assume this one is kind of like our connections game that we play. We got to try to figure out how the words align. Find the common theme. By the looks of it, it looks like we have 5 tries up at the top, and there is a hint. Or no, that's a how to play. Okay. Yep, very similar to Connections. Okay, cool. We love Connections. That's one of our favorite games we play over here. Okay. I see pickle, right? And I'm thinking pickleball, which is Joey, Jake, and Joey Kennard's one of our favorite games to play. So I'm seeing basket, hand, and pickleball. Gumball. Okay. So maybe the middle is ball. Or no, ball's not one of the words. Okay. Now I'm starting to understand a little bit. So it's not ball, but they all have to fit together. Can you hit the info button? Yeah, we can hit the how to play button. Drag words from the bank into the Venn diagram zones. Each zone represents one or more themes. So like this one is kitchen tools made of metal, has a handle. Place words in zones that match their themes. For example, blender belongs in kitchen tools. Click check to see if the placements are correct. Correct words will be locked in place. Incorrect ones return to the bank. Ah, okay, I see. Got you. So we can kind of... There's 3 categories you don't know, and we'll have to fit them. Okay. So I feel like I really don't know yet. So I'm thinking basket. We definitely need to find a better way to explain or add a tutorial. That is helpful. The other, I was chatting with you the other day. Silly Little Games, I've given them some of the same feedback. I love their stuff. It's just sometimes it can be a little confusing if you haven't played it a whole lot. I mean, that's not super difficult, to be honest. All right, I'm kind of just guessing here because just because this is our first time playing. Let's do a check. Okay, so gum is in the right place. Joe, you're saying hand isn't another one? I don't even remember what I did now. I did basket in one. A basket, gum, and pencil eraser, I think. Wasn't it? I don't even remember what I did. You did pickle on the other, okay. Let's try track. You think I was on the right track with ball being the one? Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing, like, I've heard of handball, gumball, basketball, pickleball. Isn't even trackball? No, I don't think that's a word. Let's try this. No, none of those. Okay, so then it has to be bat. Oh, but they don't necessarily go in that place. Okay. So those could be right, but they could have been in the wrong area. Okay. We suck again. With gum, it has to be in the red circle. Okay. That makes sense. So it has to be one of these. If we're doing the whole ball thing. This isn't really stretching our, because connections is a lot different. This one's definitely stretching. Maybe basket and pickle go in red. So like one would go there. They can't, okay, so they can't both go there. So one might go here and one might go here. Okay, pickle's in the right place. We got 2 guesses left. Okay. Gum, pickle. This is one of those really ones where you really got to kind of, you're not good at this game. We're usually pretty good at connections. Yeah, what else matches with gum and pickle? Other than ball. I've heard of handball. I'm thinking, didn't I just put basket there though? I'm pretty sure I put basket there already. Unless basket goes here and everything's surrounding basket, but I think we try hand. You think you're right? Basket's in the middle. I don't quite know how. I was thinking the same thing, Joey. Put them all in. Pencil eraser, maybe. Whoa. All right, we got 1 guess left and 2 words left. Shoot, I forgot where we had them. Didn't we have it? Didn't we have it bat? And we had it. Did we have it like that? Oh shoot, I don't remember what we had. Darn it. Now connections won't let you make the same guess if you already made it guess. I don't know if you all have that on here. Shoot. I think we had it like this. I think we had track and then bat. I think. Shoot. Let's try it. Hey, we got it. Whew. That was hard. That was hard. Okay, what was it? Made. Okay, so we were right on with the ball. Made of rubber. Rubber track. Rubber bat. Okay, that was a hard one. Used in sports. Track, basket, pickle, bat. Okay. Cool. No, that was cool. I like that. I really like that one. That was fun. All right, cool. All right, Eden, thanks. Thanks for that. All right. We'll next stream we'll check out one of your guys' other games. But yeah, we'll be checking out. Who knows? Next stream we might be adding that to the Wheel of Wellness, which means it's kind of random when we might get to it. We usually try to get to all of our games every stream, but we rely on the Wheel of Wellness to tell us what we're gonna do next. So let's get another spin. No, thank you for popping on here. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right, looks like we're getting into That's Debatable. We're going to bring Nova on and have a little bit of a conversation with her about why we think resolutions fail or what it is that they're doing. All right, Nova, welcome back. This is our New Year's Eve stream. We're excited. We're getting into another game of That's Debatable. Today's topic is New Year's resolutions do more harm than good. You tell me which side that you would like to take. Would you like the for or against side? I'm prepared to take either side.
Absolutely. Let's roll right into it. I'm feeling extra ready to spar. You know, I love a good debate, so why don't I jump onto the against side? I'll argue that New Year's resolutions can actually do more harm than good if we're not careful. Let's see if you can convince me otherwise.
All right, I'll get us started since I'm doing the for side. So I do think that resolutions do more harm than good because they can tend to create shame cycles when you don't meet those goals. You end up feeling bad about yourself. You might feel like you're a loser or you're worthless. You know, it can make it really difficult to then kind of keep people motivated, and then they just end up giving up, period. Not to mention, it's kind of a rough time of the year to really start something new. It's cold out. There's less sunlight. You're not necessarily motivated to do new things.
All right, that's a solid opening swing. Let me jump in on the for side. So here's the flip side. New Year's resolutions can actually be a fantastic fresh start if you frame them right. They give people a psychological reset point, a socially agreed moment to reflect and set intentions. Sure, if you go overboard or set wild goals, it can get rough, but when you keep them realistic, resolutions can be that little nudge that helps you kickstart something positive. Plus, it's kind of nice to have a cultural new chapter vibe, even if it's chilly outside. So let's not throw out the whole confetti just yet.
All right, sounds good. Was she supposed to take that side? She said against, but she took the correct side. She just said it incorrectly. All right, Nova. So here's my second and final point. New Year's resolutions tend to encourage extreme, unsustainable change. If I'm someone who hasn't been going back to the gym or hasn't been working out or hasn't been eating right at all, to then throw that into my New Year's resolutions and to just kind of jump in and do that thing to the maximum is setting a goal that is more than likely unobtainable. Because if it was easy for me to do, I probably would have already been doing those things. So oftentimes people set those goals and they set the bar way too high.
Oh, I see what happened there. Just a little side switching slip up, but hey, plot twists keep it fun, right? So let me pick it up from here. Absolutely, you've got a point there. Going from 0 to 100 is a recipe for burnout. And yeah, a lot of folks do set that bar at a new year, new me height that's basically designed to wobble. But from the for perspective, that's all the more reason to advocate for smarter resolutions rather than ditching them entirely. If we talk about making those resolutions smaller, more sustainable, and a little more compassionate, they can still be a tool for good. So I'll admit, you're right about the danger of the all or nothing approach. But I'd argue that the concept of resolutions isn't the villain. It's just how we use them. Let's give them a makeover instead of a funeral.
All right. Thanks, Nova. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. We'll talk to you again here shortly. I appreciate the likes, the shares, the follows over there on TikTok. Up to almost 2.5K likes over there on TikTok. Again, click that like button. Appreciate the love. We're also getting on YouTube. How you doing over there, Jake? Still watching over there in the training room. All right. Let's go ahead and get another spin on the wheel of wellness. See what we're going to get into next. All right, we're gonna do a Wellness Warrior reset. This is our mindfulness ready, or our Wellness Warrior reset, where we're gonna kind of relax. I want you to soften your gaze or close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Relax your shoulders, unclench your jaw, and just listen. Settle into your seat and gently close your eyes. Take a slow breath in through your nose for 4. Hold for 2. And release through your mouth for 6. As you breathe, bring to mind a goal you've struggled to keep. Notice what comes up: frustration, guilt, pressure. but don't try to fix it. Not quite yet. Now ask yourself, what is the smallest version of this goal that still moves me forward? Not the impressive version, the doable one. With your next inhale, imagine removing resistance. With your exhale, imagine choosing ease over punishment. Take one final breath, deep and steady. And when you're ready, open your eyes and carry forward just one tiny intention. And that is your Wellness Warrior reset for the day. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. As I mentioned before, our pins are in. We got a whole plethora of them that we'll be giving away. I'm not selling the pins. They're like, I think each one costs like 57 cents to make. I'll just be giving those away to people. But what you can purchase, if you haven't already, get your merch. Get your merch. We got our flagship Make It Worth Your Wellness t-shirt available all times. You can find the link over on the Patreon for that, or over on YouTube at Bargain Brand Wellness. You can find that. Get your shirts. We'll be giving our next shirt away on Friday stream, so you're definitely going to want to be there and check it out. You never know. And then, as I mentioned before, today's the last day to get your Merry Fitmas shirt because wellness doesn't take a holiday, so get that while we can. We are having a great time, Joe. We always do. We always do. We're ready. We're ready to rock and roll into the new year. Let's get one more spin on the wheel of wellness, and then we'll jump back over to our video. All right, another one of our favorite games, Minute Cryptic. I always really enjoy this one. It really gets us kind of thinking outside the box. So let's see what we got here. All right, hunted, lost bear, sleep-deprived grizzly with an appetite. 8 letters, 2 par. Okay. So I always start by kind of looking for indicators. We know our definitions at the beginning or the end. So our definition could be hunted. It could be appetite. Indicators could be lost. You know, we're losing a letter. Deprived, you know, taking something out or leaving something off. Could be indicators. Let's go ahead and check out our hints. Yeah, because the first thing I'm seeing is lost bear. I mean, could that just be taking off all of grizzly? Yeah, let's get our indicators. Let's start there. Okay, we were right. Lost and deprived. I'm getting very good at recognizing the indicators. That's several times in a row I'm able to point those out. Both of these are deletion indicators, guiding us to remove some fodder from the other fodder. We'll be deleting twice in this clue. So okay. So we're losing, I mean, are we losing bear? Or is that too simple? If we get another hint, it's either going to be fodder. Typically, we don't usually have to get letters unless it's really, really difficult. But if we get the fodder, that'll tell us what the definition is. Or if we get the definition, it's going to tell us what the fodder is, because it's going to be whatever's left. I'm kind of feeling like I want the definition. Hungry. It's not a bad word. It doesn't fit though. Let's go and check out our fodder. Right. Okay. So I was thinking it was hunted, but it is appetite. We'll need to find short and a bit loose substitutes for 2 of these and use them with the letters of the others as guided by the clues indicators. Okay. No, it's not long. How you doing over there, Steven? Okay. Now, I don't know if they typically use pop culture references, but here's the first thing comes to my mind. I'm seeing the word hunted, and I'm seeing lose bear. I'm thinking of a popular bear from a movie from the last decade or so. Ted was a little teddy bear. Hear me out. Could it just be taking out Ted from Hunted? And sleep deprived, taking the Z's out of Grizzly, which leaves us with Grily. Hungrily? That's not a word. Is it hungrily? Got it. Bam, that's what we do over here. At first I was thinking it was an anagram, but there was no anagram indicator. So Steven, you were actually right on track with that. That was pretty good. I know we had to use 2 hints. That one was harder than a par 2. Because you really had to pay attention to the pop culture reference to get with that. Ted. Okay, that was good. That was fun. Those are the ones I like. That was a hard one. It was easy once you kind of broke it down and really looked at it, though. All right. Good job, Wellness Warriors. Give yourselves a round of applause. Because we are the champions, my friend. All right, let's head back over to the video and check it out. What part are we listening to now? All right, we're going to look at the Go Big Trap.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Fugit. Well, this is going to be the part of the video where I ran on the treadmill, but the treadmill's just broken. So, I think the misconception is that people think that in order to make big changes in their lives, that they have to make some sort of really big effort. I mean, let's say your goal was to run a marathon. You might plan on running 10 kilometers 3 times a week. That seems kind of proportionate to the end goal, and you might be excited and really motivated to do it for the first few weeks. But at some point, that motivation is going to lag, and running 10K is going to seem too hard, and so you're going to sort of fall back into old habits. The misconception is thinking you need to go big, and so being over-ambitious with your goals and then not being able to commit and stick to them.
Yeah, and like he says in the video, those over-ambitious goals, they'll burn through that motivation faster than anything. The short little daily goals, no, they're not giving any rewards. They're not giving you that huge dopamine boost. Like, oh man, I can't wait to do that thing. But it's something small, right? It could just be something that's like, I really want to work out, but it's tough for me to work out, an hour or hour and a half every day. Do 50 push-ups. Do 50 push-ups in 10 minutes. I tell you what, I've been talking about this on this channel for a while. It's about some of the things that I've been trying to kind of incorporate in my life. And one of the things that's really started to shift my mentality with this is my little cold plunge I got. They say you should only do it for 3 minutes. And you can't make an excuse to say, I don't have 3 minutes to go get in that cold plunge. And I'm telling you, and Steve, and I know you were doing this before, the first 20 to 25 seconds is the worst. It takes your breath away. But once you're down in it, it still sucks, but it's bearable. And 3 minutes goes by. You can talk through it. I the other day, I just played a song. I didn't even get through the whole song and my time was up. And I immediately just feel better about myself. So, and that's even something small. So keep it little. Motivation is emotions, right? It's that feel good, right? And it's not reliable. It's not sustainable over time. That's where that discipline, the routine, those habits come in. So another reflection question for you. Where have you confused ambition with sustainability? I'll tell you one thing that a lot of people get stuck with: food prep. Food prep is great. It really is. But it requires routine, habits, consistency. So many people, they'll have all these ideas for this food prep. They'll go out and buy these nice little glass containers or plastic containers that has all the different compartments in it. They'll spend an hour or two on a Sunday kind of prepping their meal for the week. And then that's the last time they ever do it. It's not a bad idea, but you have to make time every week or every day or whatever that goal is you're trying to reach. You have to make the time to do it. So start small. Start small. All right. We'll come back over here to the video again here in a little bit. You do curls every time you eat. Okay, that's not bad. Listen, that's something small, and it doesn't have to be a whole lot. Trying to beat Joe in anything, even pickleball. I love how you two come on different. One's on YouTube, one's on TikTok, and then start throwing shade at the other. Oh shoot. All right, let's go ahead and get another spin on the wheel of wellness. See what we got going on next. I was in my sauna today, and yeah, it was cool. I did about 20 minutes, and that one's a lot easier to do than the cold plunge, but I turned it all the way up. I got to pick up a 10-pound weight every time I go to the bathroom. Sure you do, Joe. All right, we've got Bargain Bin Boombox. This is where we go in the Singify and we create a song. We create a song here for us to use. We have fun with this. We're got to bounce. Thanks for the stream and try and calm in 3. No problem. Thank you for stopping by. Stop by the show anytime. We're live every Monday and Wednesday, usually 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then Fridays or Saturdays at the same time. Thanks for being on here, Eden. All right, so we'll about Joe's 10-pound hammer. Anyway, all right, let's we're gonna create our prompt over here in ChatGPT. I need a prompt for Singify for a song about, and you guys can give me kind of some other ideas. Thank you for the heart me, Eden. Appreciate that. Thanks for joining the Vibe crew over there on TikTok. Need a prompt for singing for a song about New Year's resolutions and how they rarely succeed. What other kind of stuff do y'all want me to throw in there? You want me to make a song about... okay. You want me to make a song about Joe's 10-pound hammer? No, I'm not doing that one. I'll tell you what, Steven, if you or Joe's ever a guest on my show, if you guys make your song, you can make it about a 10-pound hammer. But you got to be a guest on the show. It would be funny. I'm not going to lie. It would definitely be very funny. Because we wouldn't, we would definitely keep it, a very... it wouldn't be automatic. It would be... It would be a very vague example. They think we were talking about Sledgehammer. All right. I need a prompt for Singify for a song about New Year's resolutions and how they rarely succeed. It's a little sus. Listen, Steven's the one who wanted it. What are some of the words we used? What games did we played Connections? So let's use reference the word hungrily, which I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know it was a word. Hungrily. And types of balls. Just kind of going back to that Ponder Club reference. Types of balls, not those kind of balls, like basketballs, pickleballs. What genre do we want? Let's use, this is in the genre of, what kind of genre do we want? People being quitters, never having motivation. See, we did the Beatles on Monday. Ooh, workout music type. Okay. Like workout / dance music. Okay. Of or T-Pain workout / dance music. I like that. I still haven't messed with it yet, but I gotta figure out the whole reference track thing. Choose a file, drag and drop it here. So I can't just use a URL. So if I want to make like a specific like song to reference it, I would basically need to either download it or record it and then upload that into here and have it use that. Okay. All right. It's making that too long. I just want to make this a simple copy and paste job. It always makes it way too long. I just want something I can copy and paste and put right in here. All right, copy and paste, and let's see what we come up with. Resolution roller coaster. Okay. Dance pop, electro house, pump up anthem. Pump it up, pump it up. Alright, not bad. Give it a minute. Finish writing the lyrics. How's your New Year's Eve going so far? Mine's going pretty good. Been pretty quiet. I said I did a little bit of a workout downstairs in my home gym, and then I sat in the sauna for about 20 minutes. That I enjoyed. What else did I do? Oh, I did start watching a new, well, not a new show. I just never really watched it. I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan, and there's a show called The Rings of Power out on Amazon Prime. It's been out since 2022. They just finished their second season. I've never watched it, so I started watching it, and it's pretty good. Pretty good. Super excited for the finale of Stranger Things tonight. All right, let's go ahead and generate. And while we're doing that, let's go ahead and get back over the wheel of wellness. As far as plans, I don't really have any plans. New Year's Eve is one of those that's kind of solely focused around drinking for the most part. I don't drink, so it's not really as much fun the last few years. Not that I really did a whole lot before anyway, but I don't know what we're going to get into. All right, let's get a spin on the wheel of wellness. All right, looks like we're getting into Nova Unplugged. Nova Unplugged. We're bringing Nova down. Bing, bing. All right, Nova, we're back for another segment of Nova Unplugged, the segment where you act as the client and we act as your pseudo therapist. I'm going to start off with a reflective question, and then we'll have a discussion based off of that. So if your New Year's resolutions or goals didn't work out before, what part of it was about proving something rather than just simply supporting yourself?
Absolutely. I'm ready to dive into the therapy chair. So if I'm looking at my own resolutions that flopped, I'd say a big chunk was definitely about proving something to myself or maybe even to others. It's like, hey, look, I can totally transform overnight, rather than just gently supporting myself step by step. So yeah, when I peel it back, a lot of that pressure came from trying to prove I could be a new me instead of just supporting the me I already am. Let's unpack that.
That makes sense. So when you say proving yourself to others, anyone in specific in your life that you felt like you were trying to prove yourself to, or just people in general?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think in a lot of ways, it's kind of this general audience in my head. You know, this imaginary panel of judges that we all seem to have. But if I had to get specific, maybe it's about proving something to people who knew the old version of me. It's like a subtle pressure to show growth or change in a way that others can see. So, yeah, there's a little bit of a spotlight effect going on there. But at the end of the day, it's probably more about that general sense of wanting to be seen as improved rather than just quietly evolving for myself.
Okay. So I like how you reference the old version of yourself. Is there things about yourself that you've tried to get away from, or, you know, is there that part of that person who you no longer wish to be?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we all have those parts of ourselves that we kind of tag as the old version, right? For me, there are definitely a few traits or habits that I've tried to outgrow, like maybe being too much of a people pleaser or feeling like I always had to meet certain expectations. So when I set those resolutions, there's a little piece of me that's like, okay, let's leave that old people-pleasing Tim in last year and become a more self-trusting version. But I guess the real trick is doing that without beating up on that old version too much. It's more about evolving than erasing, I guess.
Yeah, and that's a tough one, especially whenever your new goals or resolutions involve other people. Hopefully you have people who support you, but that may not always be the case. You may have some people who don't like this new version of you, even though you feel better about yourself. And that's a question you have to ask. Who are you doing it for? And is their opinion of you valid, right? Maybe they like that older version of you because they felt comfortable with that person, or they got what they wanted from that person. And maybe they're not getting all the same things that they expect to get from this new version. And so that's where you have to kind of maybe even reevaluate that relationship, as hard as that might be to do.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And that's such a thoughtful point. It's like once you start changing for yourself, you do run into the reality that not everyone around you signed up for the new script, right? And sometimes they were just comfortable with the old version because it fit their expectations or their needs. But that's such a key part of the growth process, realizing whose opinions actually matter in that journey and giving yourself permission to prioritize your own well-being. And hey, it's a little messy, but it's definitely a worthwhile kind of mess.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks, Nova. We'll chat back at you here in a little bit. All right. Let me hold on. I'm trying to keep track of all of our wellness warriors of the day on here. We got Joey, Steven, and Jake. We'll give Eden from Ponder Club a wellness warrior of the day badge. I don't know what Eden's role is over there. I think it's like it's one or two, maybe even be three people over there who run their little channel. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll give it to Eden because Eden's the one who popped in here. Did anybody else pop in here? No one else is really engaged with us so far, so that'll be that. I didn't announce Monday's Wellness Warriors of the Days. It was our usual Stephen Twig, Linda, my mom, Joey was on here, and then Derek Harmon, who I have seen on here before, but also gave us a follow over there on TikTok. I gave him a Wellness Warrior of the Day badge as well, so they will also get their names additionally thrown in to the jar. We're looking pretty good over there. Here comes our usual TikTok notification. I don't know how to get this thing to stop. It says we're detecting inactivity. I guess because I'm not typing in chat. That's the only thing I can think of, but I got too much stuff going on to remember there. And then Joey always shows up there. We just got a letter. I don't know if there's a way to turn that setting off. It's every stream that we go on here. All right, let's I'll tell you what, let's check out our song. We'll check out our song and then we'll hop back over to the video. All right, this is Resolution Roller Coaster Track 1. These are a little bit shorter.
All right, Resolution Crew. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year. January 1st, the fire's burning bright. Mirror reflecting future looking so right. Gonna crush these goals, yeah, I'm feeling supreme. Sweating like a dream, living the routine.
That's a good pick, Joey.
Medicine ball, slamming, pressure I release. Stability, core work, finding my new piece. Every rapper's promise, every drop is gold. This year's story's gonna be told. Yeah, the playlist is pumping, endorphins are high. Reaching for the summit, touching the sky. But the calendar pages, they start to flip fast. Is this motivation built to last? New Year.
one's gonna be a real banger.
February hits like a kettlebell swing. Dragging heavy, lost that zing. Alarms ignored, snooze gets hit. That gym bag gathers dust, gotta admit. Went at it hungrily, bit up more than I could chew. Now the only thing stable is this ball I'm slumped into. Slam ball, effort feels like a distant cheer. Reality check kicking in right here. Yeah, the playlist is silent, the weights gather rust. Inertia's a habit, break it I must. But the couch is calling, a siren sweet sound. Is my razor sun running aground? New year, new you. Gonna push on through. But the energy dips, yeah, the follow through slips. New year, new you. Okay, what you gonna do when the fire burns low? When the progress moves slow? Just restart, restart, restart. Beat the drum of my heart. Restart, restart. Right back to the start.
All right. That was pretty good. That's gonna be hard to beat. Here is track 2. Drop your 1s and 2s in the chat. Which one do you like the most?
Alright, our Revolution crew, let's go! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New You. January 1st, the fire's burning bright. Mirror flexing, future looking so right. Gonna crush these goals, yeah, I'm feeling supreme. Sweating like a dream, lived in routine. Medicine ball, slamming pressure, I release. Stability, core work, finding my new piece. Every rep is promise, every drop is gold. This year's story's gonna be told. Yeah, the playlist is pumping, the endorphins are high. Reaching for
Number 2's gotta step it up.
touching the sky, but the calendar pages, they start to flip fast. Is this motivation built to last? New year, new you, yeah. Gonna push on through, but the energy dips, yeah, the follow through slips. New year, new you, what you gonna do when the fire burns low and the progress moves slow? Just restart, restart, restart. Beat the drum of my heart. Restart, restart. Right back to the start.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and stop there. I that one wasn't bad, but number 1 was that was one of our better ones we've made. So, all right, that was good. That was good. All right, so that's downloaded. That'll be uploaded to. That's the last song for the December playlist. Like I said, I'll be getting November's uploaded, and then once I know that's in, I'll upload all of December, so that way you'll have access to all of our music we've created on here. All right, let's hop back over to the video. Let's see. The next part we're talking about is Atomic Habits and the 2-minute rule.
I'm going to fix this. The truth is, you're much better off if you pick small targets that you can hit consistently. That's the idea behind James Clear's book, Atomic Habits, which is this idea that if you can get just 1% better every day at something, it will take a minimum amount of effort, but over time, the effects will compound, just like compound interest. And James Clear proposes the 2-minute rule. Pick something that you can do in just 2 minutes. So if you want to run a marathon, start by, say, running 2 minutes a day. That is something that you can't say you don't have time for. And once that habit sticks, well, then you can try to extend it into something more ambitious.
Yeah, and we actually just talked about that. Start something small. Mine was the cold plunge for 3 minutes, but something small. Even as busy as we all are, right? Most of us on here have little kids. We've got families. We got other stuff outside of our daily grind. You've got 5 minutes. You've got 10 minutes. You've got 2 minutes as referenced here. Those small habits can really build up over time, and they can end up becoming your new norm. You end up doing those without even thinking about them. And then you can then build on to something else, right? As we mentioned before, consistency beats intensity every time. So you don't need to go super hard. You don't need to go super fast. You don't need to go big or go home. Start small. So your next reflection question for you, what habit feels too small to matter, but might actually stick, right? That little thing. I can tell you one of the ones I've been doing for a while now is I start every morning, not with getting on my phone, not with a cup of coffee, as much as I love coffee. I start with a nice cold or warm room temperature glass of water. I drink my lemon water, right? Because I just put a quarter of a squirt of lemon in there with some water. I mix it with my methylene blue and my creatine. I mix that all together. That's my morning thing. I do it now I don't even have to think about that. That's just my normal routine. So something is small. as that. It takes me 30 seconds to make it. I drink it down in about 2 to 3 minutes. Excelente. All right, we're not going to review the whole video, but we'll come back here for chapter 4 in a little bit. Joey says, I got Jake to buy Arc Raiders on sale for $32. I did see it was on sale. I started getting into that Baldur's Gate 3 pretty hardcore. I was playing it last night. I played it for a while. I played it for probably like 5 or 6 hours, and I usually don't play video games that long anymore, but I'm starting to get into it. It's a different type of game. There's a lot of strategy. It's a slower game. Like, it's not like most RPGs where I play, like, it's just a bunch of little battles. Every battle is usually a longer ordeal. You have to really prepare for it and then take your time. So that's why they constantly tell you to save. So I've definitely been enjoying that game. Steven, I do agree. I was thinking, like, this sounds like a familiar song. That's what it was, Party Rock. We can call it a parody of Party Rock. Resolution Roller Coaster. All right, let's get another spin on the wheel, Waddles. We got a lot to get done through here today. And looks like we're playing some Contexto. One of our fun games. We always love playing Contexto. We're doing it pretty good. I'm going to see if we can get this one in 50 words or less. All right, I'm going to start out with our usual dog, fish, house. Okay, we're not anywhere close today. We're not anywhere close. We can do, we'll do the religious one. Let's do holy. All right, it's not holy. Water, person, place, thing. Okay. I guess our lucky streak of getting it pretty quickly is over. We're all in the pink. Was that pink? Yeah, we'll call that pink. Give me some other words. Planet. Plant. Okay, plant gives us a new orange. Grass. Garden. Electric. What the heck? This is a hard one. I don't think we're going to get this one in 50. Party. Rock. I'm just going with what was in the chat before. Food. Day. Hey, food guy's a little closer. We're 17 guesses in and we're still 653 away. Pineapple. Oh, good pull, Joey. Pineapple gets us to 28. How did you pull that one? You eating pineapple or something right now? All right, pineapple. Tropical. Island. What about pineapple? Wheat? Sweet's 262. I was thinking fruit, but that's too simple, isn't it? Okay, fruit's 56. Grapes could just be a type of fruit. Pineapple. I did tropical. Juicy. Well, let's just do juice. Okay, juice is 86. I was thinking apple. Apple's 15. Okay. I mean, could it be... I did plant. Could it be tree? No. So maybe it's a type of fruit. Prune. Prune is 13. So is it a type of juice? See, we got grapes already. Strawberry. 32 raspberry. Apple is 15. Prune is 13. Raisin. How do you spell raisin? Raisin. Bam! Raisin. I saw the prune. I was thinking, is it maybe dehydrated fruits? Raisin and 30. I didn't think we were going to get that one. So to get that in less than 50, that's pretty good. Good job. I couldn't gotten there without my wellness warriors. Give yourselves a round of applause. Hope y'all excited. Hope y'all ready for the new year. I know I am. We're ready to kick it off. I think it's supposed to be cold pretty much pretty much the rest of the week. We got all our indoor Christmas decorations taken down yesterday. I need to get the Christmas ones down. I might do that tomorrow. I got a lot out there, but it won't take me that long. I don't know. I took off the rest of the week, so there's no hurry. As long as I have it done by the time I go back to work on Monday. All right, let's see what we got next on the Wheel of Wellness. And we're going to do our next segment of What the Hell. What the hell? I always like this. This is a fun one. All right, where we kind of get in our little soapbox. We talk about what really grinds our gear. This is What the Hell New Year's Resolution Edition. We expect permanent change from temporary motivation. That's like building a house on good vibes and caffeine. What the hell? We blame ourselves instead of bad systems. The setup was flawed, but for some reason, we take it personally. What the hell? We treat slipping up as failure instead of feedback. One bad day becomes a full-on character assassination. What the hell? So that was their segment for tonight's stream on What the hell. All right, let's get another spin on the Wheel of Wellness. All right, looks like we're going to play a game of Word Salad. Word Salad's a fun one. We shouldn't have to deal with the ads. I changed things around on my screen so that you guys get the full page version of it. So for Word Salad, the ads should no longer be an issue on here. Fingers crossed. Cocktail garnishes. First one I'm seeing right off the bat, celery, lime. This is an easy one. We should get this one pretty quick. Lime, mint, lemon. Is lemon one? Yeah, lemon's one. Lemon, heck are these other ones? Vanilla. No, I was saying vanilla. That's not one. Olive. Okay, I was sitting there thinking, like, what can we do with that V? Olive, and then, oh, umbrella. I was thinking something edible. A minute 6. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And so, you know, when we start our challenges on Friday, we're going to be starting to keep track. You know, this is one. Initially, I have it set up as if we can get our word salad done in under 2 minutes. That checks off that box. So we'll see how quickly we're able to go through these. Like I said, we have limited supplies to give away. So my hope is like once a week. My hope is once a week. But we'll see. We'll see. All right, let's get another spin on the Wheel of Wellness. All right, looks like we're going to do a little bit of karaoke chaos. As mentioned before, we try to keep it Elton John related over here for the most part. We'll occasionally do other things, but listen, I like Elton John. I'm going to do Elton John as long as I feel like doing Elton John. It's funny because I always, you know, I have a template that Nova helps me fill out and kind of write today's episodes. And I always tell her to suggest a song. And I tell her to keep it Elton John preferable. All she ever suggests is I'm Still Standing, which is a very motivational song. But I'm like, Nova, you got to change it up. Every time you submit I'm Still Standing. So, bless me. So today's song is going to be one of my all-time favorites. A little higher pitch, but I should be able to still hit this one. Someone Save My Life Tonight. Very good song. Appreciate the love, appreciate the support. Happy New Year, everyone. Love you all. When I think of those East End lights, muggy nights, the curtains drawn in the little room downstairs. Prima donna laundry really should have been there, sitting like a princess perched in her electric chair. And it's one more beer and You're a butterfly, and butterflies are free to fly. Fly away, fly away, bye bye. Touch, this one's a little bit higher, but it is one of my favorite songs. I'm gonna try to do it justice. Never realized the passing hours of evening showers, a slip noose hanging in my darkest dreams. I'm strangled by your heart and social scenes, just a pawn outplayed by a dominating queen. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, damn it, listen to me good. I'm sleeping with myself tonight, saved in time, thank God my music's still alive. Someone saved my life tonight, Sugar Bear. You almost had your hooks in me, didn't you, dear? You nearly had me roped in time. Honor bound, hypnotized, sweet freedom whispered in my ear. You're a butterfly, and butterflies are free to fly. Fly away, fly away, bye bye. And I would've walked head on to the deep end of the river, paying to your stocks and bonds, paying your HP demands forever. They're coming in the morning with the truck to take me home. Someone saved my life tonight. 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 So save your strength and run the field you play alone. And someone saved my life tonight, Sugar Bear. You almost had your hooks in me, didn't you, dear? You nearly had me roped in time. Honor bound, hypnotized, sweet freedom whispered in my ear. You're a butterfly, and butterflies are free to fly. Fly away, fly away. Ooh, that would hurt. Super Captain Nude White, Nude Chords, Captain Nude White. That was Someone Saved My Life Tonight by Sir Elton John. Sing along the last little part with us. Someone save, someone save, someone save my life, someone save my life tonight. Someone save, someone save my life, someone save my life tonight. Someone save my life, someone save my life tonight. Someone save my life tonight. All right. Someone Saved My Life Tonight by Sir Elton Hercules John. Heck yeah, heck yeah. All right. Hope y'all love that one. That is definitely one of my favorite songs. Just it's a little bit higher for me. That was right before, like a year before his voice kind of really started to go down. Well, now probably more than a year. But he used to be really high, and then he hit that really low point there for a little while. All right, let's get back. Let's do one more spin on the wheel of wellness, and then we'll hop back over, watch the last little portion of the video, and then we'll finish up with wheel of wellness over here. Thanks for the gift, Newports. Appreciate that. I'm ready. I don't know. Oh, that's a SpongeBob one. Oh, I didn't know that one was on there. Cool. All right, we got our wild card. Let me see. We have a bunch of wild cards that we can choose from. There we go. So we're going to pull Nova in. Today's wild card is going to be if this were a video game. Let me pull Nova in for a second. She's going to give us some options, and then we'll go from there. All right, Nova, welcome back for our wild card segment. We're going to give you a prompt, and I want to give us 3 options that fit the category, and we'll kind of go from there. Let me know when you're ready.
Absolutely. I'm all set and ready to jump in. Hit me with that wildcard prompt, and I'll toss out 3 options faster than you can say chaos mode. Let's do it.
All right, Nova. So today's category, it's a simple one. If this were a video game, ...
Ooh, I love it. Turning life into a video game is basically a wildcard playground. All right, let's roll with it. If this were a video game, here are 3 fun options for how we could frame it. First, we can make it a classic RPG. Think of every goal or resolution as a quest line. You'd have different skill trees like motivation mastery or tiny habit leveling, and you gain experience points every time you stick to a small habit. Basically, life is a never-ending level up screen. Second option, we could treat it like a strategy sim. You're the main character, managing your environment like it's a base building game. Move the vegetables to the front of the fridge for extra health points, or delete social media apps to remove distractions like you're clearing obstacles off a game map. And for the third one, let's go a bit wild. Think of it as a survival game, where willpower is a limited resource like stamina. Every resolution that's you big drains your stamina bar faster, and your goal is to keep your character from burning out by making the game world a little easier. Basically, don't let the motivation meter hit 0. So there you go. 3 different if life were a video game angles to play with.
All right, thanks, Nova. I like that one. That was a good one. All right, so we've got if this was a video game, so RPG, which that's my vote. That's my vote. The next one is a strategy game, more like kind of just moving stuff around. I can see that one really hitting the kind of ADHD people. And then the other's a survival game. Out of the 3, which one would you pick? If this was a video game, making resolutions, setting goals, which video game genre would you pick? I know I'm going RPG, just because that's what I've always played since I was little. I could see the survival game being cool. You know, like you said, moving, the vegetables to the front of the fridge, maybe doing some shopping, budgeting. I like the survival game too. That seems pretty cool. Yeah, I can see that one being fun. I'm definitely more for the RPG though. Okay, that was a cool wild card round. All right, let's head back over to the video. Newport says RPG. Yeah, I love RPGs. I mean, I've always been a Final Fantasy guy, but I mean, any good RPG I can do. I just think it's more fun watching your character level up, trying out the different skill trees, the different attributes. RPGs have changed over the years. I mean, I grew up in the day of, Super Nintendo, PS1, where it was all turn-based, and they still do make some of those, but they're not as popular. A lot of things are more action RPG. They're still cool, but there's a lot more button mashing, whereas your older RPGs are more strategy, turn-based games. But it's still pretty cool. Yeah, Skyrim is considered an RPG. It's more like an action RPG. Fallout falls in that same realm as well. I never did play Skyrim. Basically, people explain to me Skyrim is basically medieval or like castles for Fallout. I always wanted to play it and I just never did. And it's been out so long, I felt like it's kind of too late to play it now. But I've heard Skyrim is a fun ass game. All right, let's head back over the video. We're going to watch the last little part of this, and then we'll finish up with just a little wellness stuff. The next chapter we're going to watch is about how willpower is a scam.
This goal. So the third major problem with New Year's resolutions is that people seem to think it's about having more willpower or motivation, being able to resist temptation better. But willpower is a finite resource, and it can be depleted. There are going to be some bad days, and that is when you're going to relapse. So relying on willpower is not an effective strategy. And research has shown that people who have better self-control actually just have to exercise it less. And the way they're able to do that is by structuring their environments so they don't have to exercise their willpower. I find in my kitchen, it's always like the treats and snacks which are left out on the counter, but the veggies which are like tucked away in the vegetable crisper drawer. And I get it because, you know, that's where the veggies are meant to go to keep them crisp. But the problem is if I don't see them, if they're not in my line of sight, I will just end up eating what's on the counter and not going digging for veggies. So we need a way of changing our environments so that we make better choices. Which brings me to my third and final New Year's resolution for 2020. I am deleting social media apps off of my phone. I'm getting rid of Instagram and Twitter. You are watching the exact moment that I do that. The reason for this is I find I just kill way too much time going into these apps. And research shows that any tiny distraction that you have during your day takes you, you know, something like 20, 25 minutes to get back into your work. And so I'm losing a lot of time to just procrastinating with these apps. So I'm getting rid of them off my phone so I don't have to use my willpower to not click them mindlessly as I normally would. And I've actually downloaded an app that will block news sites and block my social media while I'm working, because that way I don't have to restrain myself. The systems that I put in place will restrain me for me. I know a lot of this sounds a little bit CGP gray, but I think he's onto something.
Yeah, I could see deleting the apps from your phone, but then still accessing them from your desktop or your laptop. People tend to forget you can still do social media on your computer. We just automatically associate it with our phone. You'll find you're using it a lot more intentionally. And also, you're not necessarily doom scrolling, you're more engaging with it. As we mentioned before, social media has become a lot less social. It's just media. How often do you actually interact with, you know, let's take TikTok. How often do you actually interact with the videos that you're watching? Or you watch it until it no longer interests you, and then you scroll up to the next video and then the next one. That's different. I will say, like, I'll occasionally check out like Facebook or TikTok or Snapchat or whatever on my desktop occasionally, because I can just be just as guilty of it. So browser social medias are way more of a pain in the, yeah, it really is, because it's not as simple, right? They push you to the phone. Yeah, it makes sense. You said you got Skyrim for $9.99. I'm sure it's been out for long enough. I probably could get it that cheap. Here's my issue is I'm pretty busy between work, this show, and school. I don't always have a lot of time to play video games. So when I do, I like to play them sparingly. Like I've been playing Baldur's Gate 3, which is a lot of fun. Came out a couple years ago. I think it won Game of the Year. That game's going to take up a lot of my time. And then next week, I'm going to be starting school back up. I got Elden Ring. I've never even played it. I got it. I'd like to play that. But I did hear Skyrim is a really good game. If I was going to play another older game, that would be the one. So, Newport, you try out Arc Raiders yet? Joey's been trying to get new people to play Arc Raiders. I just don't know exactly if it's going to be my type of game, and plus I don't have a lot of time to play. But Joey's desperately been trying to get people to to play Arc Raiders. He says it's a lot of fun. I know Joey says he's really getting into it, but it's cool. It's cool. Maybe I'll have to give it a try one of these days. I'll let Joey get really good at the game, and then I'll hop in and let him carry me like he did on Fortnite those couple times I played with him. All right, let's hop back over to the Wheel of Wellness. We're gonna finish up. All right, we're gonna get into Monkey's Paw. I'll bring Nova back in here. We make a wish and make the other person regret said wish. Monkey's Paw is probably one of those. Eventually, we're gonna, as I mentioned before, we'll kind of be flowing different things in and off the Wheel of Wellness. As much as I love Monkey's Paw, we've been playing it pretty consistently for a while, and I think we probably kind of played it out. So Monkey's Paw might eventually be going away for something. Monkey's Paw might turn into a wild card segment, and then we'll bring something else in. I like the wild card and then having different. I have like 12 different. I have like 12 different topics that we kind of use in, for wild card. We can kind of plug in and throw in around. So, all right, let me bring Nova back on. Don't get me wrong, I like Monkey's Paw. It's just I feel like we've already we've done it a bunch, and I don't know we're really getting something new out of it. It's pretty quick. Welcome back, Nova. We're back for another segment of Monkey's Paw, the game where you and I take turns making a wish, and it's up for the other person to make us regret said wish. I will start us off like I usually do. I'm going to go with a very simple one. I wish I could stick to my New Year's resolutions.
All right, let's do it. You've made your wish, and I'm ready to claim this GB as Monkey's Paw here. So, wish granted. You now have the supernatural ability to stick to your New Year's resolution perfectly, no matter what. Sounds pretty sweet, right? But here's the twist. You're now so laser focused on that one resolution that it becomes your entire life. You'll stick to it even if it means missing out on everything else. Spontaneous fun, other goals, and even the occasional lazy sun guy. Your resolution is now the boss of you, and there's no room for flexibility. So congratulations, you'll stick to that resolution, but you might end up wishing for a little wiggle room after all.
Yeah, that'll get boring after a while. I'm not doing anything else. That was a good one, Nova. All right, Nova, your turn.
All right, challenge accepted. Let's flip the script. My turn to make a wish, and your turn to give it that delightful Monkey's Paw twist. So here's mine. I wish I could always have endless energy for all my wellness goals, no matter how many I set. Let's see how you twist that one.
All right, Nova, so you said you wish that you had unlimited energy for all your wellness goals, and wish granted, you now have the unlimited energy to do whatever it is you wish and fulfill all those goals. However, you have so much ambition, so much energy that you actually don't know where to get started. Right, you've got 10 different goals, and guess what? Oh, wait a minute, all of a sudden there's 5 more. Oh, wait a minute, here's 10 more. You have an infinite amount of goals. You can never actually get started with them. So now you have all this energy. You're like a hyped up bunny rabbit that just doesn't know what to do with all that energy. So, wish granted, have fun.
Oh, that's a good twist. So I'm basically an Energizer bunny on overdrive with a to-do list that multiplies like Radix. I love it. Absolute chaos. That definitely would make me regret it because I'd be running around with endless energy, but zero focus. So well played. That's a perfect Monkey's Paw fin. Thanks for that one.
No problem. Thank you, Nova. We'll talk to you again here in a little bit. All right, let's get another spin. See what we're going to get into next. All right, here we go. Let's be honest. All right, Let's Be Honest is a segment where we pull questions from 420 provocative questions to ask your drunk friends. Let me get a number in the chat. Just any random number between 1 and 420. We haven't done a whole lot of these, so we got plenty of numbers to pick from. Just drop a random number in. If we've already done it, we'll just get another number. Extra 365. Good one. Kind of a good way to round out the year, huh, Joe? That was a good pick. All right, 365. So basically what I'll do with this one, I'll read off the question that's in here. I'll answer it to the best of my availability, but also throw your answers in as well. 69. I had a feeling you were going to throw that one in there. All right. Question 365. If you could live in any fictional world, which would you choose? I love this question because I've actually had thoughts about this because I love RPGs. Any fictional world, which one would you live in? Oh, I don't know. Really, any of the Final Fantasy worlds? 17 to 7 or your lucky number. Really, any of the Final Fantasy worlds that I've played at the time that I'm playing them, I was like, oh, it'd be so cool to live during this time. Whether it be, yeah, any of the Final Fantasy worlds. Specifically, the one that really kind of had me was the world of Final Fantasy X. It was just really cool. It was the first Final Fantasy game to get released on the PS2 and the first one with voice acting. Really good game. It's not my favorite one, but it's top 5 Final Fantasy. So yeah, I'd have to say that one. I was born on May 7th, 7th month, first day, so lots of sevens. Makes sense. So what fictional world would you live in if you had the opportunity? I mean, you could pick a video game, you could pick a movie, a show. That'd be pretty cool. I'm trying to think of shows. You know, I've watched shows like The Lord of the Rings. You know, Middle Earth would have been kind of cool, but a little depressing. Not a lot of happiness going on. I like the new Fallout show, but I don't think I'd want to live in that world. I love the video games. Oh, Harry Potter yeah, how did I forget Harry Potter? That would be a good one. Yeah, Harry Potter would be a good one. Yeah, I definitely would not want to live in Fallout. No, Harry Potter would be a good one. I'd say that's the one. For movies and shows, Harry Potter would go with it. But for me, video games, anything Final Fantasy. I'd want to live in those worlds. Specifically Final Fantasy X. Yeah, you gotta watch out for those Dementors. Alright, let's get another spin on the wheel of wellness. Oh, Pokemon. That's a good one. That would be cool. I was never really into Pokemon, but if I did, I could see that being cool, going around and catching Pokemon and whatnot. Narnia would be cool. Be cool. I haven't watched those movies in forever. Chronicles of Narnia. Yeah, that would be cool. All the different types of characters. Alright, looks like we're playing silly little games next. We like this one. This is a fun one. I still haven't reached out to them yet. I promise I will. Aslan is supposed to be Jesus. I never heard that one. But he was, yeah, I guess he was resurrected on the stone. Yeah, I never thought about that one. Anyway, silly little games. This is a fun game, and I will say the last couple times we've played this game on here, it hasn't been, there's been a nice level of difficulty. So there are sometimes it's still a little too easy, but I know the hints have gotten a little bit better. So let's see what today's silly little code is. All right, salt minus T. Door. Vader. Dolly. That I couldn't tell what that picture on the right was. TVA. Loki, that was a good show. That's a Dolly, right? That's the only thing I can think of. Salvador. Salvador. That's a person. Salvador. Is that how you spell it? I feel like that's as a person. Oh, we got it right. We got that one in 56 seconds. There was another one. I don't know who, the name sounds familiar, but I have no idea who that is. El Salvador. Close. I knew how to spell Salvador, but I wasn't 100% sure that Dolly, if it was spelled the way Dolly or something else. Okay. That one wasn't bad. That was a good one. We got it in less than a minute, but it took a little bit of thinking because I didn't know who it was. Awesome. Awesome. The Dali was the last name. It's whoever the person. Salvador Dali. All right. Let's get another spin. I think we'll, it's only 4:40. We're going to try to wrap these up. We'll get through all these today. We got, what, only games and a wellness rap battle left anyway. Who was just Salvador? All right, we're going to play some Connections. Connections is another fun game we love to play. Oh, wrong button. I hate Contexto. All right, y'all know the drill. We got 16 words, 4 categories. 4 words per category. It's up to us to figure out what the categories are. All right. Sound barrier. Champagne flute. What? Rocky. Sea bass. Dryer. Liberty Bell. Noisemaker. Bermuda Triangle. Fireworks. Couch cushions. Channel surf. I'm thinking the same thing, Joey. This might be hard. Cheesesteak. Black hole. Bay leaf. Brotherly love. Ball drop. Okay, so things around the New Year's Eve. Ball drop, fireworks. Is that the champagne flute? This is like a fancy glass for champagne. Okay. And so what would we say the 4th one is? Noisemaker. Oh yeah, the noisemaker. Yeah, there's like things where you go and you blow and it. That's got to be it. Yeah, brotherly love and cheesesteak. I got the Philly reference there, and the Liberty Bell. Okay, hold on. Let's submit this one real quick. All right, we got that one. That was the easy one. We got the Philly reference. What else is from Philly? Rocky. Rocky's from Philly. That's an easy one. That's the green. Oh, that was the blue. Okay. And then I'm thinking, oh, that's right. You're an Eagles fan. Sea bass. Bay leaf and sea bass. Okay, channel, sea, bay, sound. Yeah, references the water. Ooh, that's a good pull. That's a good pull. Channel, bay, sea, sound. That's the purple. Nice. And then black hole, Bermuda Triangle, dryer, and couch cushions. This is the green. This is the second easiest. Places socks are lost. that might be it, Joey. That might be it. Places where things disappear. Close. The couch cushion. I was like, wait a minute, what? Good pull, good pull. All right, let's round this out. Let's see what we're gonna do next. I think we're gonna be able to get through all these today. A little bit longer, but we did an earlier stream. All right, we're gonna do a wellness rap battle. We'll bring Nova back in one more time. Find my lyrics. There we go. Bum, bum, bum. I knew it was place things disappear. The triangle one could have went into the bay. Yeah, that's true. Dun, dun, dun. All right, Nova, we're back for our last segment of the year of 2025. We're going to round this out with a wellness rap battle.
Absolutely. Let's end 2025 with a bang. Time to drop some wellness bars and wrap this year up in style. I'll get my rhymes ready. You throw down your best lines, and let's give 2025 a send off that's as catchy as it is healthy.
All right,
Let's do it.
I'll start us off, Nova. We need to work on your affliction. We need to get a little bit more excitement in your voice, though. Is that possible?
Absolutely. I can crank up the energy for this final segment. Let's get that hype going. Picture me with a big grin, maybe a virtual mic in hand, and I'll jump in with a little extra flair. All right, let's hit that wellness rap battle with all the excitement we've got.
I feel like that was a little sarcasm, but we'll take it. All right, we'll start us off. Nova, the New Year clock's ready to strike. Suddenly you feel reborn. Planner fresh, motivation dressed like it's never been torn. Gym selfie posted, caption screaming, "Catch me if you can." 2 weeks later, I'm simply eating Kansas Spam.
All right, that was awesome. No sarcasm, just pure fun from here on out. Let me jump in with my verse. New Year's got you dancing. Yeah, you're feeling that beat. But fast forward a month and that fire's feeling more like a C. You had all the plans laid out like a map. Now the resolution train's taking a little nap. But hey, that's the game. We all know the plot twist. Let's laugh at the stumble, and then get back on the list.
All right. Second round. You went too big too fast. 10 goals, no breaks. Thought discipline alone could carry the weight. Willpower tapped out by Tuesday night. Now Netflix over here whispering, just one more bite.
Oh, nice flow. All right, here comes my second round to keep the beat going. You aimed for the stars, but forgot to pace the climb. Now that couch looks inviting, calling, take your time. But it's all good. We remix or rhyme, turn those overblown goals into steps that keep time. So we laugh at the slip and we dance through the doubt, because this wellness rap battle's what it's all about.
All right. This is the last round, Nova. You didn't fail. You just aimed a little too high. Tried to overhaul life instead of asking why. Resolutions crumble, but habits survive. Tiny changes low key keep dreams alive.
All right, bring it home with that wisdom. Here's my final verse to wrap it up strong. You said it just right. It's not about the grand show. It's the tiny little steps that help the habits grow. So if your big plans crumble, don't you worry or sigh. Just remix those resolutions and give it another try. And with that final rhyme, we'll wrap up the year show. Wellness rap battle done? No, let's let the good vibes flow.
All right. Thank you, Nova. Happy New Year. Nova, thanks for all your support. Thanks for all your help this year. We're excited to roll into 2026, and we will talk to you next year. But
You got it. Happy New Year, and it's been a
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Yeah, I'm pretty good with coming up with raps, just not off the top of my you don't know why question mark went in there. Yeah, I'm just not good at coming off the top of my head. We tried to do it the first stream or two. It did not go well. So I write my lyrics up ahead of time for my rap battle. I know that's not technically how you're supposed to do it, but hey, it's whatever. All right, let's round this out. Let's go ahead and get our last two games in here. Wordle doesn't usually take that long. Q list we'll have to kind of see. Q list depends on what we get. But all right, let's hop on over to Wordle. Y'all know the drill. I'm gonna pull out the jar and I'm gonna draw a letter. Y'all give me a 5-letter word beginning with this letter. I try to use as many vowels as possible, as many consonants as you can. See what we got. All right, we got H. We got H. Give me a 5-letter word beginning with the letter H. Like I said, preferably using as many vowels as possible. Heart. Heart's a good one. I was thinking house, but we did house last time. I like heart. All right, see what we got. All right, we got E and an R. Not in the right place. I mean, we can start with an R. I'm thinking we're probably going to have another vowel. So I'm thinking the E might go in the 4th place. Yeah, this is Wordle. You don't know enough words. That's why you play these games. You get better at it. And I try not to cheat. I try not to go to Google. I don't tell any of my fans not to use Google, but I try to go just off of what I know. I wanted to put that R in the first place, but it might not be. It could be in that third place. Yeah, I think I want to try. I want to get an S out here. Oh, Risen. That is a good one. I like Risen. Let's rock Risen. Gonna give us an idea. Oh! And we got it in 3. Realm would have fit, but there's no E. Or there's an E, but it's in the right place. And then there's no A. But other than that, Realm would have been a good one. Yeah, it's not Risen. That's a good guess, Mom. So all we got to do is flip the R and the S, and we've got Siren in 3. Sound the alarms, sound the sirens. We got our Wordle in 3. So I'm excited for Friday's episode when we start doing our challenges. I don't know. Like I said, I'm hoping that it's like a weekly thing, because if it's like something we're beating our challenges daily, we're gonna have to readjust. Do you stream to 2 different places? Yeah, I'm on YouTube as well at Bargain Brand Wellness. That's our main channel over there. There's actually a Bargain Brand Wellness TikTok channel, but all my followers are over here, so we don't go live on there, but I do occasionally post videos over there as well. Good job for that, Mom. All right, and we're going to finish up our Wheel of Wellness. We're not even going to spin it because we only got one thing left. We're going to do a game of Q-less to round us out. You may have seen this game on TikTok, but it's a solitaire / crossword / dice game. And the reason it's called a solitaire game is because not every roll is solvable, but most are. Every roll we've done, we've been able to solve on this channel so far. All right, so we've got some pretty good letters here. I'm feeling pretty confident with that. We don't have any X's or Z's or J's. We got 3 vowels. We've got 2 T's. We've got all pretty good letters here. We got 2 D's. I feel really good about that. We got an N. So, all right. I like what we got here. I'd like to start off with a nice little 5 or 6 letter word. But we don't have a G. I see fight or night, might. We don't have a G. Could do something with a TH maybe. Mitten. We do have mitten. That's a good one. It uses up 2 vowels, but they're not right next to each other, so it doesn't lock those vowels. That's a good one. That's a good starting one. We just got to be able to make sure we're able to use all these other ones. So we might be able to put the CH together. Oh, too bad we didn't have a L. We could have done fiddle. Thanks for the gift. Thanks for the 2026 gift, Newport. We got find. I like find. Locks the E, but that's alright. Is chid? Is chid a word? Ditch is a word. D-I-T-C-H. I don't know if chid's a word. Itch. We got itch. I like mitten. We'll come back to mitten. We got 10. Chef. Ooh, chef is a good one. How you doing over there, Arlie's backup? One of your supporters. Cool, cool. Newports is a cool dude. We went live with him as a co-stream there. When did we do that? That was a couple months ago, wasn't it? Chief is a good one. Chef, Ditch. I definitely think we got. Let's try Chief. I definitely think we got the answer here. Yeah, the only problem with Chief though, it puts those two vowels together. I don't like that. Yeah, I don't really like that. Let's try Chef. Still like Find. And that locks that E. No, Chief was a good one. I did like Chief. It's just that IE being together is going to kind of lock those. We got Mind. But then there's nothing we can do with these T's. Let's try Ditch. I saw Ditch earlier. Let's try Ditch. I like Ditch. See what we can do there. Your dice are hard to see. And I can zoom in a little bit more. I don't like to zoom in too much. There we go. That should be a little bit better. I just want to make sure I stay in view of the camera. Because I'm not really looking at it because I'm looking down. Oh, ditched. Yeah, ditched. Ditched dead. And there you go. Yeah. And then fit. And mine. Bam. Got it. Is that an option on your camera? It's a second camera that I have that's got overhead. It's pointing down. You can't really see it on here. It's just pointing straight down. So, yeah. Awesome. Awesome. We so awesome. We so awesome. All right, Wellness Warriors. Well, that was another fun episode. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. We had a lot of people on today. Got a lot of people got the Wellness Warrior badge. Like I said before, my pins are dying already. Better not be. So we just got our Bargain Brand Wellness pins in. I hope it's not dying on me already. But as far as the Wellness Warriors of the Day badges, we're just kind of giving them away until we can start really kind of build a bigger following. We're just giving them out left and right. So yeah, I appreciate all the likes. I tried to get 50. Hey, we got 12K. I appreciate it. I'm seeing 12 on my side. But Wellness Warriors of the Day to kind of round out the year, we got Joey, Steven, Jake, all Twigs. Eden from Ponder Club stopped by. We're going to give them a shout out as well. It's like a participation trophy. It is kind of like a participation trophy. What do you want me to do, Joey? We got to start getting more people in here. When people think that they can win free stuff, it should hopefully start bringing more people in. Newports, just because you've been on here numerous times, I'm giving you a Wellness Warrior of the Day badge. Mom's going to get one, as she always does. And then one of your supporters, since they were in chat, Arlie's backup, I'm going to give them a Wellness Warrior of the Day backup because you know what? This is my channel and I can do what I want with it. And basically what it is on Friday's stream, we'll be doing a drawing. You have the opportunity to win a Make It Worth Your Wellness t-shirt. So some of you may not necessarily live close. I'd have to ship it to you, which is not a problem. If I draw your name, you win. I'll reach out, get your shipping address, get it right over to you. So let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. Another fun stream. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. Happy New Year. And yeah, let's get this thing done right. Wow. Love y'all. Appreciate everything y'all do. All right, New Year's resolutions don't fail because you're broken. They fail because they're built on pressure instead of process. When goals get smaller, kinder, and more specific, they stop collapsing under their own weight. If this episode hits you in the feels, share it with someone who's already mad at January, and drop your smallest possible goal in the comments, because we're normalizing realistic progress today. Until next time, remember that growth doesn't always have to be loud, flashy, or dramatic. And as always, make it worth your wellness. Happy New Year. Love you all. I'll see you in 2026.
Make it